Yo-ho. I bet you're all just waking up, too. My body can't take it. The mind is willing, but the body protests. Vket is tiring, but super fun, right? But this time there's tons going on. Just gonna throw a filter on, because I have my air conditioner going. It is summer after all. There we go. So hi, it's more than just a tour today. I want to talk about some of the other stuff that we're doing. Apparently a lot of stuff gets missed. I want to give a couple minutes. If anybody wants to join me, I'm just going to be kind of poking around too, but there's a lot of stuff that gets missed, and we have a ton of streamers way more cooler than me. Way more cooler. Far, far cooler than me. It's true. And they are streaming every single day. And there's a ton of them, and a ton of people signed up. And I want to make sure you guys know how to find them, too. And I'll probably clip this and stick it on our YouTube as well, just so that that's a little bit easier for everybody. We're in Fair 2. It's almost half over. Ah! Isn't it crazy? But Maul will be back. That's the best part. It's not going anywhere. All right, let's see. Bruh. I know, right? Streams, nonstop, all the time, every day. But there's a ton of them, and I want people to, I do want people to see those streamers too. Like, we've got some really great people who are doing stuff every day, and they're highlighted on our website. And I'm just making an output projector so you can see it. You'll have to wait for me just a moment here. So we have a website. It is vket6.v-market.work or vketlink.com. That works too. And on there is a collabo site where all of our streamers are actually highlighted. And I'm going to pull that up, so please bear with me. I just need to find it. I have an output projector. It's hiding, though. And everything's in English, too. It's pretty good. Alright, I'm going to just, like, stream a window. I think that's probably the easiest way to do it. Rah. Add a source. Okay, so here we go. I'm going to bring this up here. I'm just going to fit it to the screen. It is so hard to resize stuff with excess overlay. I need to get one of those keyboards that you can see in VR. That'd be awesome. All right. Wow. All right, so over here, we have our global streamers. And this is at vket6.v-market.work/collabo. Right? I'll actually put the link in the chat. That's probably a bit nicer. Hold on a moment. Well, UC/collabo. Right here. Boop. And this is where you can find them. So they're also going to be tweeting. And if you are a streamer and you want to be found pretty easily, then all you got to do is use VKetRT on Twitter. That's a really good place to do it. And we'll try to retweet you whenever we can, right? We've got a dedicated staff of SNS people, but we're really busy. So we'll try, right? There's also, like, if we miss it, or if you don't think we know that it's coming up, or we may have not have said anything, or it's just a bit too quiet, just keep, like, adding us or come into the GT server that you can find down in the doobly-doo, the thing down below in the Twitch, and also on YouTube. And we have a link there. So you can come over to our Discord. I can actually link our Discord in the chat as well. That's probably a good idea. Just a moment. I know it's early. This was completely, like, off-the-cuff stream today. Because normally we do GT and Coffee stream around 10 a.m. But, oh my god. There has been so much stuff going on. Here's a temporary link. That's how you get to the Vket GT server. And big or small, like, 100 people or 10 or 1, whatever, it doesn't matter. We'll come join you, right? And we'll teach you about Vket stuff. Because I know a lot of people find a lot of this stuff a little bit overwhelming, and there's a lot going on. And there's stuff that are tiered and highlighted for, you know, like our people who have, like, let's say Vket alumni. You know, people who have been here before and have done things before with us. And there's a lot of stuff that's too, like, that's, you know, tailored towards that. But there's also a lot of things that are tailored towards new users. And, you know, we want to highlight them too. DBQT was kind enough to bring this up for us and notice that, oh, hey, I didn't get retweeted. And maybe they missed, like, some part of that process. But we do have a website for this, for collaborative streams. And a lot of these people are really, really knowledgeable too, right? So it's not just us. We want to make sure that people know. So a lot of our different streamers, some of them have, like, direct schedules. A lot of them have already streamed. But there's still going to be other folks coming along. I know Hexagonal is next on the 24th. It looks like Scratches might actually be streaming right now. Maybe. Let's find out. 16 hours ago, so just missed it. I'm living in JP time. You'll have to forgive me on that one. But yeah, so there's a lot of them going on. There's more of them streaming. Sows is going to be streaming again. We've also got our own streams. Actually, it looks like Silverfire will be streaming on the 27th, which is a good day. And you know why it's a good day to stream? Because we're doing another event. Another one. Did you know that? Maybe some of you do. When is the next event? Oh, just wait. It's got a face you might know. Because we noticed that a lot of people made it to the PKC's event, but they didn't catch the first two opening acts. And one of them decided to come back and do it up. Do it large. Do it again. This one. Oh, I guess you can only see part of it, right? What a tease. Hold on a second. Do. Come on, image capture. You know, I am not a fan of slobs. Hold on a moment. Boop. There we go. This is the next event. 9 p.m. Eastern and 6 p.m. Pacific time or 10 a.m. Japan time on the 27th. Giga took over Club Emission. And it's pretty epic. So the club is getting modified by house robots. And we're gonna get Waifu back again. It'll be live. It's a really interesting concert experience. If you saw clips and pieces from the first one, you're not gonna believe it. It's a bit like going to a Magical Mirai concert, except in VR, and the projector is in 3D, which is super cool. But there's more than that. There's backup dancers and a whole bunch of people to party. It's gonna be great. Last time, Waifu released 3 new songs that you may not and probably have not heard, and she's gonna do it again. But she's also doing a promo right now, so if you check out her Twitch and her Twitter and her Instagram and various other things like that, and ours, and I'm sure we're retweeting it like crazy as well, they're doing backstage pages. So if you want to get into the main instance with me and the rest of us, and to meet Waifu and chat after the show, and maybe hang out at the after party, because who knows, that's how these things go, you can. So just make sure you're using the official account, right? Because this event has kind of gotten so big that some people are like trying to scam right now, and it's kind of scary. So yeah, if it's not the official Waifu Baby account and it's free, they don't need your credit card information or anything like that. So don't follow those people, and check her official Twitter to make sure that you're on the right one. But yeah, you too can be backstage with all of us. All of us production people. We might be very hard to talk to while the event is going on because, as you know, we run around with like a chicken with our head cut off just to make sure everything runs smoothly. But you know what? It is a good time in person. It is a really, really good time in person. Let me see if I can bring up... We have a trailer that is running right now. Let me see if I can bring that up for you. I have too many tabs. 8 million tabs. Hold on, I gotta close them all before I show you guys. You'll see my shame of 8 million tabs. One of these days, I'm just gonna stream my output projector so that you guys can just see my my excess overlay windows, because those are very handy. I'm clicking around on Twitter right now, but getting it to you guys is a little bit harder. Just a moment, okay? Just a moment. Got it here somewhere. There's a link. It is here somewhere. Maybe it isn't. But maybe it is. It's here somewhere. There's a button. I'll find it. Eventually. Ah, here we go. Is there a secret in Kuja Market? Yes, you're absolutely right. There is a secret in Kuja Market. There is a sneaky sneaker. It is in there. And there's 3, actually. 3 endings. I'll reveal that now for you. Sneaky, sneaky. Let me see if I can get this Twitter projector up. I know you're hearing it over and over and over again. That is the wrong one. That is the wrong one. I have a million Chrome windows. That makes it so much harder. Here we go. All right. This one. So this is how the concert looked previously. I know that there's a lot of compression going on here. I apologize for that. But there are waifu baby bots, as well as obviously Club of Mission. And we will have a full stream for the whole thing as well. So even if you're on Twitch, you can find us. It shouldn't be a problem. Oh, a hint? Okay, sure. I will definitely help you out with that. So in Kuja Market, there is a couple of storylines going on, right? You've got the train, and tell me what you've seen on the train so far. That way I won't spoil it for everybody else. Everybody's seen one thing, usually, because if you've walked through it once, you've seen one thing. I'm super scatterbrained today, I'm sorry. Lots going on, it's going to be super fun. Just kind of waking up. It's still a GT and coffee stream, technically. I mean, I'm still having coffee, so... Yes. Okay. Bad end. That's good. So that's the one that usually people get. So they kind of like rush through and they don't see everything, and they don't catch everything. But if you look around, you'll find some file folders. That's step 1. You'll also meet a man who wants some food. That's also important. But you should look around the ground, especially near the end, before you get on the train. Maybe don't get on the train. You got to find the secret. Since you've done it once before, it's a bit like that, right? So Kuja Market is really interesting and a bit like a time loop. What if you were stuck in a time loop? So you've already experienced it once before. You don't want to get on the train, right? Because if you get on the train, you'll get hit by a car. So what do? Try to stop it. Find the secrets. There's lots of people in there that are looking to talk to you. There's also some shady characters with, like, blacked out cars. Yep. You should also look at the posters on the walls. There's a lot of lore. I mean, it helps, that's for sure. There's a lot of dialogue options. Also, if, like, you don't know how to use... Like, you know about the Vket6 menu, right? Where you hold both fingers together, and then you get that menu, and then there's the English side. So most of the dialogue in the world, like almost all of it, especially all the stuff that we made, is going to be in English as well. And as you approach each, NPC, they'll give these little dialogue options, which will give you tons of hints to what you're looking for. But you want to look at the textures around the world and the posters around the world, and lots of things give you hints. Much like our earlier maps, a lot of people may not have noticed, but in Isekai Marsh, for example, we have these little sections with cat paws, and it'll lead you towards where all the cats are hidden on the 7 days of Isekai Marsh. And there's lots of little things like that. VCAT, even if you want to go back, all of the original exhibitor worlds like Kuja, they do have stories. Not all of them are as super interactable as this VCAT is, but I mean they are meant to be. You know, there's a mystery there. This time, at Anichi, we talk about a thing called the Rift. And we also revealed that Club of Mission is powered by the Rift. There's a Rift. What does that mean? I don't know. You tell us. We'll figure it out. What is VTuber? I don't know. That's a good question. It's a super good question. What even is VTuber? Right? What is 2021? We are all virtual anime people at virtual markets, buying virtual goods for our virtual lives. It's super fun. Also, good morning. Yes, hi, thank you. Virtual is the future. I agree, 100%. We're gonna be doing this in reality, but not know eventually, right? We're not gonna know whether we're in reality or not. Maybe AR glasses. That'd be cool. I mean, there's AR and VR right now. I mean, I'm looking at my desktop, right, and talking to you on my virtual camera. It's an AR camera, in a way, but we're still in full VR. So what is it? Is it XR? What's the buzzword? What do we use? You know? I don't know anymore. It's just reality now. It's just computing technology. Oh my god, I've already been streaming for 26 minutes. See? See? Time compression. It must be an effect of the Rift. But listen, there's lots of people who haven't done this kind of stuff before, and this isn't the only place you can do VCAT Mall. So we have a lot, there's a lot of other stuff. I know it says that I'm just chatting, and that's good because, you know, we have lots of different platforms too. So it's not just like inside VR Chat, although VR Chat is a really, really great place to see all this really, really cool stuff. And it has like crazy compatibility, and you can use all kinds of shaders and textures and performances, you know, up to you. And it's also on Quest. And so is all of this. But also, we have XR, we have our VCAT Cloud, which is an XR application that you can go to, and you can, you know, hang out on your phone with your friends in VCAT Mall. And you can dress up as me. Vket6 too. It's super fun. But yeah, we try to be as accessible as possible for everyone, right? You know, our partners VRChat, they're also getting like really good at being super accessible. But because of that, and because there's a lot of new people here, we have, you know, tutorial that's built right in for everybody. Honestly, I'm going to see if we can't get this thing outside of VCAT Mall. Although VCAT Mall will always be here, so once VCAT Mall goes live, we're in a prototype stage. But once VCAT Mall goes live again, we're going to have, you know, we're going to change out the exhibitors quite often. Right now, we're in week 2, so we've already had 1 week of exhibitors. We're going to have a whole new week. We're in a whole new week of exhibitors now. And as you go through each section here, you know, there's instructions for the different headsets that you might have. And there's a lot of them. And on our mobile app, it's pretty straightforward, too. Nice and fast. Runs good. But it teaches you how to do things like, you know, just the basic stuff. You'd be surprised how many people come to VR Chat for the very first time on a VCAT. It's really fun to watch, too, because you can see everybody in VR Chat home for the first time. And, like, on the first day, there's, like, 5,000 people inside VR Chat home, like, sort of figuring things out. In Anichi? Yes. My doppelganger. There's multi-dimensional versions of me. This is the GT VTuber version. I was a bit responsible for some of this. I didn't make the model myself, but I did some of the weight painting, and I did the flappy cloth, which looks really good in VR, by the way. Yeah, there's all kinds, and you still got lots of time. We're running until the 28th in Japan Standard Time. It runs till about, you know, in the evening. I'm going to say around 9 o'clock. And I don't know the exact time we're going to do our closing ceremony, but I'll be there. And that works out if you're in North America, like most of our viewers are. That is in the morning. So in Japan, if you're in the East Coast, it is 13 hours ahead of us. So if we say something is 10 p.m., we usually mean 10 p.m. JST, which is 9 a.m. Eastern Time, or 6 p.m. Pacific Time, or 8 a.m. Central Time. Or usually 9 p.m. Australia time, or 10, depending on what part of Australia you're in. Oh, how do we maintain it? Because there are 80-person worlds, right? And VRChat's got a really, really scalable platform. It's really nice. Last night, I was hanging out in VRChat and doing a bunch of work on the Waifu Baby concert coming up, and there was 46,000 people concurrently online, and that grew. In fact, VRChat's numbers have been, like, just blowing up. And, you know, when you add all that to, like, the other platforms that we're in right now, too, like, it's pretty huge. And I'm not talking just desktop users. And I know, and if you think the Steam numbers are accurate, they're not. Like, don't take that as canon, because there's a lot of Quest users, and they're not on Steam or Oculus. Or, you know, you don't even have to be on Steam to be playing VRChat. Maybe you've got a desktop PC, but you're using the Oculus client, so that doesn't count on Steam either. So don't look at Steam as like an accurate number of like how many people are in VR chat, because it never is. It is noon on a Sunday, and it's Monday in Japan now, and there's still 28,000 people playing VR chat right now. And from what I hear, most of them in VR, right? So yeah, our partner VR chat is really, really good at scaling, and worlds can have around 80 users, up to 80 users. All my worlds are 80 users. And it's all about being like super, super optimized, which Vket Mall is, because we wanted to be Quest compatible. And, you know, again, for new users like this, how to take a photo, right? And how to take photos on desktop. Or how to become friends with people. See? Tutorial worlds. We were inspired by lots of other tutorial worlds in VR chat. This is a really good one, though. I like this tutorial a lot. We track a lot of stuff at Vket too, and, you know, numbers have been pretty good. Actually, in Club of Mission, like Global Team's club for PKCs, we actually cracked 40,000 visitors the other day. Not total, like total, like not at the same time. That would be crazy. Yeah. Oh, right. I hope you guys enjoyed that stream. It was really late for me. I was kind of derpy. But it was the opening of Vket, so I was super excited and jumping on everyone. Yeah, that was super fun. They're still looking for a model, I hear. And this is a great place to do it. They messaged me on Twitter afterwards, and I said, hey, yeah, I probably don't have time for a commission. I'm really bad for that. Like, I love to do commissions for people, and I have a model at Vket right now as well with my wife, Shifter K. But it is hard to find the time. I'd love to do models for everybody if this was all I was doing, but I have so much more to do as well. But I can point you in the right place. This is definitely the right place. So one of the cool things about Vket Mall, obviously, is there's a ton of different creators in here, but it's not just about just buying an a la carte model from Vket Mall. You can often look up these creators, and many of them, many, many times, are doing commissions, or you can ask them if they're doing commissions, and many of them do, right? It's really, really common. You can find interesting creators and then follow them on their various social media platforms, and you might be able to find somebody who is willing to do a commission model if you need something unique, right? Oh, yeah. No, great. Comic Vket is coming up soon. We have another Vket, like a full Vket, in 4 months. And Comic Vket and Music Vket, which is my favorite, is coming up really soon, too. And, yeah, it's not just about models. It's about artists, too, right? So Comic Vket is a place for artists to show off their stuff. And if you are an indie doujin comic writer or you're just an artist, you can show that off. And we have a really cool system for this. You don't need to know how to upload stuff in VR chat. Same thing goes with Mall. You just submit everything through the website. And then it's available on everything. This is Ratatosker, which is our like fantasy isekai world, right? And you'll find really awesome creators like this one. Y is really, really cool. And there's a lot of folks from like global exhibitors this time as well, which is great. So, see? And the furry community has exploded in VR chat as well, so you find lots of anthropomorphic models too. They're everywhere. Whatever you're into. But people like this are often doing commissions as well, right? So this one is actually just a costume for another model. That's another cool thing you can do. So on the v-market.work site, we have the ability to set up a commission setting, and you can share your model. So you can make your model publicly available if someone purchases it to resell with various changes to it. And then you can set your own commission rate for other people who want to use it, which is a pretty unique feature, I think. And then it shares it. So you can say, you know, like without having to worry about doing the distribution yourself, you can say, I want to give people 10%, or I want to take 10% of any sales that are based on my derivative item. And then what ends up happening is that the item will be listed on the website. It'll automatically link to the child items, which is nice. So if it's a really popular item, like you've got a really popular model or something on there, what'll end up happening is that the child items will show up next to it in like direct promos, and then when people buy those items, those child items, you get whatever you set as the kickback, which is pretty nice. So it's a good way to get residual sales in the future if someone does something really cool with your stuff, right? And that's that whole like create together philosophy that we have, right? Sorry if the chat's a little bit hard to read down below there. I don't have a full VTube setup for Sundays right now. And my VR chat box is below my alert box. Oh wait, maybe it isn't. That's good. Let me see. I need to see if I can improve that just a little bit. I've got this little display capture image here somewhere. Maybe not. I've lost it. Oh, you posted a new video on YouTube. That's sick. That's great. You'll have to link it to us. You know, we have a hashtag on Twitter. It's a hashtag Vket6, and we will retweet you. That's the easiest way to catch us. Like if you're having a hard time getting seen, like part of what Virtual Market is all about is promoting people who are highlighting exhibitors and indie exhibitors and other people who are doing stuff. Like it's a festival, right? It's supposed to be a convention. And that's what's going on, right? So if you want to make sure that you get highlighted and you're doing stuff at the convention, we're more than happy to it because, you know, it helps us and we can help you. So just tweet tweet at us and then VKetRT. So we have two accounts. It's ENVKet on Twitter and virtual_market_, which is the official Virtual Market site. So if you want to get seen for whatever you're doing in here, just like use VKetRT and use Vket, not Vket6. That's not official. Just hashtag Vket. You can do space6, that's fine. But just hashtag Vket and VKetRT. And that's the easiest way to make sure that our social media team finds us because they're crazy busy. And it's really hard to see everything when there's a million zillion tweets going on. We're all crazy busy, but we don't want to miss anybody, so it's not intentional. If we've missed somehow your promo or your stream, and I really apologize if that's happened, because we don't mean to. But the best hashtags are just Vket and VKetRT and at us, and you can also like tag us in photos too. So mirror. So Ratatosker is super cool. There's a secret in here too. You can trap your friends. See? You get the golden nugget of Ratatosker logo, but over here, we've got this like neat little RP section, right? And there are secrets like this. And then there's a lever, which you can pull. Which knocks the sword down. And there's more. But yeah, little secrets like that. Even in Vket Mall, even in all these little stores here, right? We hide stuff all over. It's like a treasure chest. Kind of like this one. This one is one shiny 100 yen piece for the whole thing. So lots of people are making really cool stuff. I mean, if you could have a steampunk hammer if you want, even. Steam Pico hammer. Apparently. This one was made by Hahiho. There's a lot of cool stuff like this. And you can submit your stuff at VCat Mall too. And be on every single platform, which is super fun. But yeah, week 2. That's going on right now. But yes, lots of events coming up, so make sure to check our stuff. Like, especially all the concerts that we're doing. We did one with these guys. Up there. They're one of my favorites. Because, you know, they get to work with me, which is super cool. I like it a lot. VCat Mall also has these giant posters. And, you know, there's ways to get on these. You don't just have to become a Vket 2. This is the proto. Like, we're not quite at the grand opening yet. So there's more to go, and we're going to do more with this particular platform. And we're going to keep it around. Ah. I'm just shouting into my Discord. You can find us on Discord too. You can find me on Discord at the Vket GT Discord, which is in the thing below. That's the easiest way to catch up about this stuff and know what's going on. Because all the insiders are there, right? So any global exhibitor usually who's hanging out with us, they're in like all of the official Vket Discords, which are both mixed in Japanese, English, and other languages. But the Vket GT Discord exists for a couple of reasons. One, it's so that there's people around in your own time zone, generally speaking, like ourselves, and also so that we can promo you, right? It is both a marketing and interest Discord as a place to for fellow exhibitors to talk more casually, and also to organize events and event staff and find people to help us out with stuff, because we need that a lot, actually. So, you know, people doing their own thing, but also people doing streams and people doing administration type stuff, or organizing, or helping us organize overflow events and that sort of thing. So we that is the place if you want to do stuff at Vket. If you want to help us out, if you want to volunteer to do things and get on the big shiny wall at the end of core, that is where you do it. So I am replying to them right now because it is busy. I think the other members of GT are still sleeping. I'm going to get some coffee. I'm going to find some coffee. You know, what we need at the mall is a magic fountain, but not just a magic fountain. Also a place to drink coffee. Wouldn't that be good? We got this downstairs area. What do we do down there? It's not open yet, but soon. In the basement. We also have our own stuff here. Actually, yeah, that's actually a good thing to mention. I completely forgot. The merch. Everybody loves merch, right? And at this Vket, for once, we have a partnership with Meet My Goods and another printing company, and we are able to send this stuff overseas. So you can get a Vket6 t-shirt. And tote bags. And they're super cheap. The shipping is less cheap, but depends where you live. But the stuff itself is good. But you know what the really good thing is? The soundtrack. That's a collector's item. And the soundtrack is banging this year. Super banging. There's a bunch of like international artists on it as well, but people like Tash, and who did Laguna, and Flowers Right, who did Carriol. Pk6 that did the super jammin' dubstep song in the core world, and you can get it on CD, which is great. It's super great. And you can actually get it shipped to you this time. It's a lot easier. I know a few people who managed to do it last time, myself included. I know Furtrap did it too. They managed to get it shipped through Tenso, and this time it's sort of built in, so that whole like shipping through Tenso process is built right into our Meet My Good site. Which is up here. Oh, thanks. I didn't make it. This is Vket6, or you can just call me O2. We're very ambiguous. Sometimes we're handsome. Not always just pretty. This time pretty. Sometimes handsome. O2 is very flexible like that. I'm going to run over to Eisenberg. This has one of the coolest sequences. I'm going to go slow so you guys can see all of these little transformations. One of the coolest things about this particular store is like this crazy door transformation that they've done in the whole thing. It is just nuts. It's all animated and super mecha. Whoops, walked the wrong way. Let's go this way. Oh, there we go. So I'm going to stick this over my shoulder so you guys can see how cool this is. It is nuts. So, mecha, right? So if you get 3, there was an entire set of mecha worlds. There was the factory and the hangar, and we did it again. Which is like, that's the point of VCAT, right? If we do these theme worlds, people tend to make avatars that go along with them, and they'll come in and exhibit because we have a theme world that fits their tastes. So sometimes it's the best way. We even have a store for male models this time, which is crazy. Super hard to find male models in VR chat, so we made a store, and now there's more, right? But if you want to transform into a car in VR chat, you can do that. If you want to fire giant laser beams, you can do that. Robot ninjas, you can be that. And the best part is if you buy a model from VCAT, usually what they do is they provide you with like a ton of detail on like all the different things that are needed to customize the model. You'll often get a PSD file for changing the textures out. You'll usually get the original Blender file. And you'll get all the avatar controllers and stuff, right? So it's a little bit different from just finding an avatar inside VR chat. Like it's not like just finding one and favoriting it on your list. When you get an avatar from here, and they make the upload process pretty easy too. Usually you'll end up with like all the instructions you need to do some cool stuff with that avatar. And make it your own, right? Change the colors, all that stuff. Ah, we missed it. Let's back up. This door, the best door. Check this out. Crazy, huh? And much like the hangar and the factory from earlier VCATs, we have this crazy gangplank system. And you can select a model like this and see it in all its gigundo glory. Let's see if we can drone over there a little bit so you can take a look. Pretty cool, huh? This one appears to have a seat. Something tells me that this is a multiplayer avatar where people can sit inside of it. Other players. I haven't seen this one yet, so it's all new to me too. But that's just it, right? We want to inspire people to make cool stuff and have a cool place to show off cool stuff that makes a lot of sense for them, right? So this giant little system here, like a parking garage for your giant mechs. Neat, huh? Some of them are Oculus Quest compatible as well, so if you're into that. My quick selfie function is not working. I need to turn off my drone. Oh, thanks for the follow. There we go. Oh, frame rate. Oh, sorry about that. Yeah, I keep forgetting. Streamlabs OBS really doesn't like my VRC lens. I don't know why. Other OBS is fine. I don't know why, though. But this Streamlabs does not like it at all. I keep forgetting about that one. I'm not sure if it's like if it's an acceleration thing or what, but it's just Streamlabs that does it. Regular OBS is just fine. I'll have to use that more often because drone shots are awesome. If you check out the VOD of the Tash V Night on Twitch and on YouTube, that one was done by Nitsu, but we both used VRC lens, and we're like flying around the whole thing, and it's like super smooth, so no problem at all. It's funny because I'm not getting a bad frame rate at all. Like my frame rate in game is wonderful, but I'm not sure why inside Streamlabs OBS it is not so good for that particular setup. It could be it could actually be anti-cheat that's doing it. I could check. Thanks for telling me though. We gone live troubleshoot right now. Hold on, let's see. I'm going to do a fast hook rate and see what happens. All right. Nice to meet you too. Oh, hey, Core. I heard last night you were streaming. Vket6 told me. I'm really glad you enjoyed it. Let's see. Are we fast? No, we're not fast. Why, Streamlabs? Why? Why are you so slow? I don't know. I don't get it. This is a game capture too. You know what I might do? I might try window capture and see how it goes. Hold on a second. Because I really want you guys to see this if you can. I'm just moving the window so it's behind everything else. Just a moment. And we'll see how well this works. Maybe I can get some high-speed footage. Okay, it's going to look really similar, but see if it works. If that's the key, then I'm going to leave it that way. Nope, still slow. I can't explain it. All right. Well, now I know. Yep, I will troubleshoot this later, for sure. In OBS, it's just fine. In Streamlabs OBS, it really doesn't like it. I'm not sure why. Maybe I need to go into direct cast mode. Let's see. So, one more thing. I'm going to try disabling my camera. And I'm going to try doing this. And we're going to try direct cast. By the way, if you don't know about VRC Lens, it was made by Hirabiki, who also made the VRChat swimming system, and it is damn amazing. Hey, smooth! Okay, so that is the trick. Let's do that. So, now you can get some sweet drone shots. Hold on. We'll do it smooth. Thanks for letting me know that it was not smooth. Let me just get... let me change my focus just a wee bit. There we go. Yeah, you've got to find your way into the sewers. Check the ground. Find all those cameras kicking around, right? There we go. See? Nice and smooth. Fixed. Thanks for letting me know. With our powers combined, we can be a VTuber. So I was poking at this little control panel over here, which is how I was switching through them. And each one of the bots that are in here, let me just turn that off for a second. So each one of the bots that are in here allow you to select, you know, a different exhibitor, right? So this one, for example, click. Pretty awesome. But yeah, Recon Box, you'll find it. You gotta find the keys. Check the ground near the end. Whatever you do, don't get on the train. Not yet, anyway. If you've already gotten on the train and gotten the bad end, you want to not go on the train and get a different end. But there's 3 total. My autofocus is acting up. There we go. So now's a good time if you guys have any questions. This really should be on avatar autofocus. Why you no focus? We'll just do infinity focus for now. So this thing has a drone follow, where it will follow me. But it's a little tricky. I'm not nearly as good at it as Lily is, that is for sure. Will you come with me, camera? No, it won't come with me. So then now's a good time if you guys have any questions. I've only been streaming for an hour. I'll stick around a little bit longer. Mostly I wanted to talk about, you know, the Waifu Baby concert coming up, other events during Vket, things you might have missed, our streamers on our collabo page. If you missed that, the link's up top in the chat. If you missed it again, just tell me and I will drop it again. Lots of cool streamers this time. We ran around with the Niwatori fam the other day. So. Definitely check out The Secret of Kuja, because it is there. We have 3 endings. It's pretty wild. Also, thanks for helping me figure out the camera. I didn't know what was doing it. Now I get it. I see what the problem is. Too many render textures all at once. The software does not like it. I'm still drinking coffee, so I'm kind of quiet right now. Air conditioner's going, though, when I'm waking up. That is a good thing. Finally. Also, the ever lovely community meetup is today. If you didn't know, that's something that Cyan Laser, Fiona, who else? Tony Lewis and a few other people stream. It is where people who are making maps are meeting up. They do that every Sunday, and they've been doing that every Sunday since the advent of VR chat. Basically. It is super fantastic, and you should consider going, because you get to see a bunch of stuff in progress, which is really fun. What day even is it? It is Sunday. Yeah, they might be. They might be in the sewer. I think you're on the right track. Gotta find that manhole. Gotta sneak in. Let's see if Colorful Cafe is as bright as I remember it being. Nope, not anymore. It's still pretty bright. Some of the writing is still a bit bright. But the eye accommodation is supposed to fix that, right? So it's at least readable now. So the worlds are still an iterative process. You'll notice in recently updated, the VCAT worlds will often be in there. Still pretty bright in here, but it's meant to be like a sunny outdoor cafe. But there's an update coming. It hasn't hit yet. It'll be here soon. I can tell you. So I've got the power of foresight. To this particular store, actually. I love the names of all the alcohol bottles in VR. Oftentimes people will put hilarious things on them. Like Verisky. We had some Vket Pocky. Some Vketty. And you gotta get your Bepis. Your Bepsi. Your Beepis. Brand names in VR. You know, this VCAT has been all about food. I don't know what it is. Maybe just summertime is about food. Even this backpack is food. Right? Cute little carrot backpack. Everything is food. And everything is way too delicious. If you're running around Kuja, I don't envy you. I'm so hungry. I haven't had breakfast yet. It's got stuff like this. But I've never been a person who's into sweets. I'm more into like savory foods. So they've got all like the really tasty looking savory foods at Kuja, like killing me. They've got like katsudon and like ramen and hot dogu. I like hot dogs. They're pretty good. But yeah, this whole store, this was a bad idea. It's just full of like really tasty looking fruit. And other like sundaes and ice cream. Sometimes I like ice cream. But I'm very picky. I'm the kind of weirdo who likes red bean ice cream. You know? Or like green tea ice cream with mochi. Too sweet stuff is too sweet. But I don't blame you if you're a sugar addict. I'm definitely not. But this entire VCAT makes me just hungry all the time. All of it. Oh, yeah, actually. You know, you're doing my job for me. Thank you. As a matter of fact, yes. So, we have a lot of exhibitors that like to make world creation products, and we have that both at VCAT Mall and regular VCAT, right? So regular VCAT in a place like Laguna or in Cariel probably be the most two appropriate ones for that. You know, or Kuja. But yeah, if you zip over here, oh wait, I'm in the wrong one. I just wanted to go back because there's robots. No, in Garage Worlds, whoop, this is where you'll find World Builder stuff. This is both Garage Worlds and Garage Avatars, right? So, this is like gimmicks. The whole point of Garage is like to like for things like that you're making, right? Like that are add-ons for avatars and other things like that. This one actually is really cool. This whole system here is like a common rider style transformation outfit, and to get it, you have to this virtual diver. To get it, you have to like know where to find things. So they have like a 2-part booth. They're inside of Vket Mall, but you have to go to Vket6. The preview avatar is available in this booth, but the transformation system needs to be unlocked with a passcode, and you can only get it in Phantasm Workshop's booth in Kuja Market. So if you're in Kuja Market right now, you can actually find it, but then you got to come here to get this. But that's an avatar stuff. When it comes to world stuff, you'll find that over here. And I was hanging out last night with this guy, Zeshin. You probably know him. He's done a lot of things with a lot of famous folks. And he has a climbing system. If you click this button over here, you can literally climb on everything, which is really cool. And the cool part is, don't tell anybody, but it works everywhere, right? You can climb on this wall instead. Or you can even climb on each other. It's kind of neat. If someone else was here, you could like pick them up and like climb them, or you could grab them and like throw them. It's really cool. It's like an excellent world building system. It is like a great evolution of climbing, and climbing is super fun in VR chat and other VR games, of course, right? Everybody likes to climb, but you can just like, you know, climb. You can yeet yourself into the ceiling with both hands, right? It's really good. Great little asset. It's only $22. Made with love and care. Very fast. Possession's a great dude. Very talented. Let's say you wanted, like, to build a system for clothing, right? There's stuff for that for your world as well. This is Udon hat. I got my camera so you can see this. And it allows you to like fit things to your body, because not everybody's bone systems are the same. This one's pretty accurate, but you can do things like move the hat up and down and rotate it. See? I can change the pitch of the hat. I can also scale the hat, so I can make it smaller or larger. Right? Or way too large. Or way too small. Tiny hats. What if you just wanted a tiny hat? See? We could rotate it like this. We'll just pitch rotate it just a little bit. Right? And then there's even an advanced mode. So you can like, there's yaw and roll. So we can go, you know, there. Certainly is. Zeshin's got quite a few worlds. He's got a boxing world. He's got a world where you can be a character from Dragon Ball Z and shoot Kamehamehas at each other. It's super fun. But his climbing system and his grapple system is really cool. Being able to like grab other players by like the bone, so like it tracks every bone in their body. So there's systems to like snatch players like really quickly, and it's really, really accurate and works really quickly. Because Udon. He's working on an inventory system. It's crazy. There's lots of really, really talented creators. Going back to the community meetup on Sunday, which is at 4 Eastern, which is 2 hours and 50 minutes from now. There's a ton of people making really, really, really cool stuff. And I highly recommend you check it out if you've never seen it before. It's a long-running, long-standing community project. Not just Vket, but many of them are Vket exhibitors, which is the coolest thing. So a lot of the people who go to the Sunday meetup, they do stuff at Vket, and they exhibit at Vket. Many of them exhibit their own stuff, JobCon, VRCon, all that stuff too. There's lots of conventions and parties and stuff in VR chat. I'm going to take a minute to read my chat. Keep chatting at me if you've got questions. Gotta check that Discord. I'm waking up now. I've had coffee. Not enough coffee, but I've had some. Never enough coffee. One other thing that's really crazy, and I didn't mention this early on, is that it is Vket's 3rd anniversary. It was Vket's 3rd anniversary yesterday. You got the key! Yeah! Now what do you do with it? No. You cannot get yeeted by the administrator. But then what? You gotta figure it out. But yeah, this is actually Vket's 3rd anniversary. Furian did a stream earlier on, and I'd love to do one myself, but I'd like to schedule it first so there's more people on it, not on a Sunday at like 1. But it is. Vket is 3 years old now. Just 3, which is crazy to think. There's been 6 of them. But no, avoid the train. Not yet. If you do, a lot of people don't know this, but Vket is a limited time event, but for just the main worlds, right? The rest of it isn't, and we bring them back. Like, so we work on the worlds for a little while, and then we bring them back after the main Vket event. And if you bring up the worlds menu and search for Vket, you'll find it. Even our fans have done like these unofficial portals, which is really cool, and there's like a world with all the different Vket worlds inside. You can even find like the Vket Snow Globe Ball, which is our Christmas event that we did for Vket 5. There's Quest Vket, which was Vket 3. It was the first time we did that. It's crazy to think. But if you swing back, you swing all the way back. All the way back. You'll find all kinds of cool stuff. You'll find the Interconnection Club that we threw our party in Vket 5 with. Kirisu, Mushi, and that whole community. That DDVR and Rizumu Dance community, and those folks, they're amazing. It has started, yes. But it is the 3rd year anniversary. So the cool thing is you can go all the way back. You can go all the way back to Vket 1. And it's still here. It still be here. In various degrees of working state, right? But that is to be expected as worlds go on. There's just too many of them to keep up on all the time, so we'd rather innovate. Sometimes we'll reuse things from older worlds. Let's go to the unofficial fan portal. Let's do that. Just a moment. Apparently my login expired. What? Okay. That's fine. Not for long. And this is where you can get Potato Vket. Potato Vket-chan. You can find them here. The model was hilarious. But yes, unofficial portal. Wow. And they have like all the different Vkets that are in here as well. So you'll see that this is like the original like homeworld kit that comes with VR chat. So it's a very simple little world in here, right? And you'll see that each one of the virtual markets is listed here on the wall. And so you can turn on Vket 1 and the portal will appear. Super handy, right? It's a big download. They all are, but it's worth it. It's worth the wait. Always worth it. I think mainly the main reason why this one's such a big download is the there's a few things. There's some high quality BGM and other stuff like that. Like quite a lot. Can you guys still hear me? Yeah, okay, good. So we've got our little jukebox here. It's a bunch of different music for Vket. The fun part about this, what a lot of people don't realize, is that all of the music, like all of it at Vket, is made specifically for Vket. So there's a soundtrack for each one, and we get independent musicians to do every single Vket. So you can stream the music, it's no problem. But yes, this is Vket 1. Vket 1, the very first Vket. Uno Vket. Reflections. Lots and lots of reflections. But this goes back quite a bit. There's a lot of, so we actually had Unity Chan here. So Unity Japan came and exhibited at Vket 1. We had just started the Mokuri project, which you'll see up there, which is a fan project and a commercial product. But you can get Mokuri for free and make your own customizable Mokuri. And many people do. We have community meetups and global meetups as well. The global meetup was just the other day. Just yesterday, actually. And that's like growing like crazy. But it's amazing to see where we came from, you know? The same the concept is still there. Right? And there's a lot of like this whole thing is like a who's who of who's at Vket now or who's working at Vket or like a lot of the original creators. So this Vket happened in summer of 2018. So we are at 3 years now. Actually, I'm quite surprised. The world is running really, really good for SDK2. Moscow Mule and Mizuna over here. Long-standing Vket employees. The audio player is spatialized now. So that's something it broke. It used to be that the sound was everywhere. Now it's over there. Take the key to the administrator. Right down there. You were right next to him. You'll see a lot of these icons here, these like broken icons, like old avatars that no longer work. What a lot of people miss too is in Vket 1, that's the day side, but there's also the night side, the western side. So Vket Mall is the same way. We have an east and a west map, right? But Vket 1 was also that way. So a lot of these themes persist, right? What? Tracker's dying. Must charge everything. Keep batteries on hand, right? This individual right here has been a staple of Vket since obviously Vket 1. They make this really, really awesome base mesh called, well, there's a bunch of them actually. 2A7 was the first one, which is this. And it's like Quest compatible, super low poly, but really well made, and it comes with 1 million accessories, and it's completely open source and free. You can download it and make your own model. And it comes with all this really cool stuff. I use them for the Slyfest avatars, as a matter of fact, because, you know, there's like a boy-like one, and it was like perfect. So I was able to make like a boy model and a girl model, and then submit them and cover them and stuff for Slyfest 1. It was super cool. But they just released the new model in collaboration with Whiteflare, who is a prolific and awesome shader creator. There are many of those in VRChat. And they released a model called Qualitia. And then they did a second version of that model, and it is super, super high quality. And it's also free. But yeah, this was Vket1 3 years ago. It's crazy. There's 2 floors though. We're only like on the bottom part. Speaking of world stuff, right? Neat world assets. These are really dated, but the cool thing about a lot of this stuff is that this is the only place you can find it. It's really uncommon, so if you want to stand out and be unique, you know, you can maybe zip through. Maybe you're not an avatar uploader or avatar creator. You can just come here and, like, you know, grab something no one's ever seen before, because there's still a bunch of sample avatars here, and some of them have the word sample on them, some of them don't, some of them are just open, and you can just grab it, and no one will have seen it before. They'll be like, where'd you get that? Where'd you get that? And you can be like, haha, it's a secret. Lund told me on stream. All about the history of the Vkets. There was some amazing stuff in here back then, even. This was like, in 2018, there was not a lot of crazy stuff, you know? Oh, yeah. I forgot those pickups act a little strange. The rigid body is a little weird. So if, like, you hold it, it'll, like, pull you backwards. If it's, like, if you attach it or click it into your body, if you do it wrong, like, it'll, like, push you away. The way that the old rigid body system used to work. Completely forgot about that. It's funny, right? It's just pushing me away. I'm still here, but not really. It basically, what happens is, with the old rigid body and collider system, it like collides with the player capsule on the wrong layer and like pushes you away. So you can't have it anywhere near your body, right? So it looks cool, but if you touch your collider, that's only a problem in Worlds, though. There's a lot of creators in here who I haven't seen around in a while. Maybe they still play VR chat. Maybe they go under different pseudonyms now. Maybe they do, and maybe they're still making models. You just don't see them. Old schoolers. Here's an old schooler you see a lot. Occutan. She's still around. Still doing stuff. HTC Vive ambassador for a bit too, actually, if I recall correctly. At Vket5, she had a another cutout booth where she was dressed up like a doll, and you could just take her with you. You just grab her out of the booth. Some of these models, like all these models, you got to remember they were SDK2, like AV2. I think we're still in. I think, was it Unity? Was it still Unity? I think when this started, the project was Unity 5.6, and then it ended up being, I think it was Unity 2017, maybe. Yeah, it must have been. I don't know when the update was, but it was pretty crazy. Anyway, yeah, a lot of this stuff was like, you know, Unity 5.6 AV2. I still see this one around now and then. This creator is still very active. Minuet Doll is super active. She helped us with Pretty Pop Party and Vket4. This cute little Alice model here. I wonder if the EX menu is still working. Let's see. Jump? EX menu? No, it is not. But you can always grab the QR code. I think this was the first booth, and even not until Vket, like well past Vket 2, there was a there was very few people using video stuff, but like you had to figure out tricks. Oh, nice, good job. Now you can tell your friends that they have to figure out how to get the good ending too. It'll be our secret. I didn't tell you anything. You figured it out on your own. Still really impressive. Like, all of these are still really impressive, honestly. Wow. All these models. I see these ones around still sometimes. Moscow Mules, like, world props. I still see them around every now and then. Even the old ones. People just find them, you know? Also Zen up here. You find them on Twitter as @FeelZen. FeelZen is awesome. They make some of the best models. And they take commissions too. You're welcome. But yeah, 3 years of VCAT. Holy cow. Holy cow. It's weird. I've been here. That means I've been here since... Oh, wow. I guess almost 2 years? Getting close, I suppose. Because Global Team started near, like, midway through the production phase of VCAT 4. And, like, we've always been huge fans in general. And I think, like, the first official event that I was attached to was Comic VCAT 1? Comic VCAT 0? Yeah, I think so. So pretty soon I'll be coming up on the 2-year anniversary myself. Wild. It's really good. A lot of fun. I still can't believe this was early 2018, so like June. Or actually no, it was August 20 something. August 22nd? August 22nd, Japan. 2018. It is now 2021. VCAT 1. Yeah. Made a big splash, though. It showed up in CG World magazine in Japan. That was cool. I hear that VR Pill has a copy of that on his desk. But if you missed the stream, there was a very, very early stream. Actually, I shouldn't say early. It was a few hours ago. Or a few hours from now, sorry. So it is we're almost there. So we're going to do another stream on the 26th for the anniversary as well, which makes sense because it's the weekend. But yeah, this was Fair 1. So soon. A couple days, and it is. Yeah, I think it's either like officially today, like semi-officially, but they're doing a anniversary stream on the 26th. We'll try to attend. I think it's at 2100 hours on the 26th in Japan, so that is, I believe that's like 10 in the morning Eastern. Or no, it would be 7. So that's pretty early for me. But we'll try. For Furian and actually Mizuna and Shijiku. Actually, as a matter of fact, they're easy to find in here. So this is Shijiku. They'll be one of the people streaming. It means Axel. Yep, 8 a.m. EST. That's right. At 2100 JST. So like 9. Yep. 10, 11, 12. Yep. So 8. There's so yeah, this is Axel. They've been a Hickey employee for a long time and great booth creator. They're in all of them. My favorite booth of theirs is in Vket 4 or Vket 5 Nursery Rhyme. They have a booth where there's a picture frame, and you can look through the picture frame and see a different scene from the other side of the picture frame, and everything is covered in strawberry jam. We'll call it strawberry jam. Definitely not the other red thing. Mostly jam. But it's very cool. All right, where's my coffee? I still need more coffee. Did you guys have a good breakfast? What was your breakfast? What did you eat? I have had coffee. Not a lot of calories in that. sure there'll be lots of secrets revealed at the anniversary stream too, right? World lore stuff, more of that. It's always fun. Oh, this is it. This is the only world. So Vket1 is just this world. You're looking at it. It's got two sides, right? East and west. So you go. So when you first spawn in, you're looking east, and you've got to go back the other way for west. But shortly after, we did Vket2, which is actually quite expansive, and there's a lot of them. In fact, if we go to my recent list, I can zip back to the fan world, and you can see the whole list. Just a moment. They keep it up to date. I don't know if it's fully up to date yet for Vket6, but I mean that's easy because you can find it on Worlds Row now in VR chat. But let me pop back to the unofficial portal. So, as you can see here, let me turn down the world sounds a little bit. I had them up because of the previous world. Cute little video here. But yeah, so right here, you can come to all of them very easily. Some of the lesser visited worlds in Virtual Market 3 are Sky Island. That one's kind of hard. Not many people have gone there. Virtual Market 4, obviously. All the quest worlds, too. So up to Vket 4, it looks like. And then Vket 5, of course, this side. So they haven't updated this world yet. But you can find the older ones here, at least. It looks like. Although most of them are pretty easy to find. You can just go to, like, you can just search Vket on the Worlds Row, and you'll find a bunch of them. Also, most of the worlds are uploaded by the various Virtual Market accounts, so like Virtual Market 1, Virtual Market 2, and so on. And those, so if you go to any one of the Vket worlds and you see one of those world ID or world creator names, you can just go, you can click on that and go to the uploaded world section, and then you'll see them all. And then also in the like the commercial worlds, so like our main worlds, they're not like permanently active, but inside them they often have, at the very end, portals to the older worlds and the other worlds in the series. So, for example, like Rise, Tallow, Hojal, Floor, and Fruta, all of those are like variants of one of the Vket worlds in Vket 4, and you can get to all of the rest of them by walking through the other one, like in order, right? But yeah, I'll leave the rest of the old world exploring to the anniversary stream for sure. A lot of people like Vket 3. I still want to get the soundtrack from Vket 3 because, like, man, Neo Shibuya was awesome. There's like 3 different songs made for that, and they're all bangers. Super good. Everybody loves it. That's like a good favorite. I think that's that's when VR chat's boom sort of happened. So I think like there was the second boom, like there was the big boom in 2017, and then there's the big one in 2018 as well. And I think that like 2018, 2019, when that second bump happened, that's when a lot of people were checking out VR chat for the first time. And then Virtual Market 3 happened, and everybody's like, oh man. A lot of people's first one was Virtual Market 3. But the game has gained many, many, many visitors. There's also a lot of other Vket related stuff that you might not know about. If I turn off my camera, hold on. So you can kind of see my screen here. Got some secrets in here. Don't want to show you all the secrets, but you'll see here, right here. See this PK6's VR Chambers world? You'll see that it was made by Virtual Market 1. I take a lot of people here because, you know, I made it with my friends and with other members of the community. Really incredible article programmers like Remhack and Hanyu and Yuyu, and with a bunch of art direction from PK6's. Go check it out. It's super cool. It is like this giant immersive experience that'll just like hijack your brain for a good 20 minutes. with a bunch of songs from artists you might know, like Janet Jackson. Seriously. I gotta show it because it's a great map. And we worked really, really hard on it. And only about 6,000 people have seen it, so we keep track of that stuff. You should come check it out. It was super good. And still a lot of fun. Like, still a lot of fun to do. Like, I've watched it easily like 500, 600 times, and I don't get sick of it somehow. I'm not sure how that is, but I don't. You've got me for about 15 more minutes. That's about how much I can stand. Literally, because I'm standing. And my poor legs, they're going to be unhappy. I've been doing this for a while. I can't believe I had the energy to stream. I am running on caffeine and pure adrenaline. Pure Vket adrenaline. I don't know how I do it, though. It's crazy. I'm usually up till 8 in the morning during Vket, on the weekend anyway. Still got to do the day job. Got to go to the 9 to 5. But, yeah, it's kind of nuts. Somehow I find the energy to stay up and do this kind of stuff. I get super motivated by everybody and all the cool stuff they build. I am much excited. Oh, one other thing, if you guys didn't know, this VCAT, there's actually a Battle Royale. There is a Battle Royale mode in this VCAT, of all things. I don't know how many people have seen it. Sponsored by Tokyo Mari. They're a super awesome airsoft company. And you'll see over here, little instruction panel. At Vket6, we have all these really awesome like Udon video panels, as you can see here. You can hang out with your gunfu anime foos, and do gun stuff. CC. Some of you might recognize Girls Frontline. Right. I'm sure you have. I mean, it's pretty much, it's like in your face. If you're browsing like YouTube at all, if you've ever like clicked on an anime review video ever once in your life, and you're on your phone in bed doom scrolling on YouTube, you're gonna see an ad for Girls Frontline. For sure. In Japan, known as Frontline Dolls. But over here, there are guns. And they're based on real ones. So once you sign up, it's really easy, actually, and it's a lot of fun. You can bring a lot of friends, and you can have these giant battle royales in here. So that's always a good thing to stream because it's a game in VR chat, a really good one. And it's made by Candy, of all people, right? Candy made the Bomber IO map, if you've played that, or Pekka Pekka Battle, if you've played that. It's also very, very good. Candy joined us this time to do Tokyo Mari's Airsoft map. It's super cool. It's very, very cool. But yeah, there's multiple systems, multiple guns, set up your weapons, and it supports many, many players. The whole thing is like 69 megabytes. It's like, it takes no time. My favorite world? I don't know. That's tough. Like, they're all really good, and I worked on all of them in some small way. Like, so I'm a big fan. You know what? I didn't work on this one. There we go. I didn't work on this one at all. But that's one I can't say I did anything on. But I mean, this is kind of great because, you know, wow. Like, this is how you bring your gun gale online into VR chat, right? But honestly, that's a hard question. I can't really say. Like, all my friends are in various different worlds. Like, I'm in Cariel, and Flowers Right made the music, so I'm a super big fan of that. Like, so my own booth is there if you've never seen it. I've got a booth as well. We have these cute little like griffins that are half butterfly, half moth, half griffin. I guess that's a third, but you get what I'm saying. And you know, so I like Cario a lot too, and it's got a cool storyline with like flames. It reminds me a lot of Ariana Viana from Vket5, or 4 rather. But the I don't know, like it's hard to say. I like the corporate worlds too, because they're very pretty, and there's lore. And I got to work on this model there, which is super fun. And I've just been hanging out in it. I'm getting kind of addicted to it. It's kind of scary. I don't know, man. Myself is me, but I'm digging it. I'm digging being VCAT channel too. But yeah, it's a lot of fun. There's so many good maps. It's hard to pick one. You know, it really is. It's extremely hard to pick one map. Because there's things I like about all of them. One cool thing that we did a lot of too this time was we took like bits and pieces from other maps and like brought them in. And some of the stuff that we made at Global Team made it into a bunch of the maps at Virtual Market. So for the Tash Music Group event that happened just the other day, they used a chunk of the Emission Summer Rift stage from the PKCs and Waifu Baby and YM Legend show, and they used that as like their stage as well, and they used the fireworks system that Remhack made that I hooked up to Udon with all the sound effects and that sort of thing. So that was really, really cool. Yeah, Core is great too. Yeah, Kokliko was amazing. Can't go wrong. Can't go wrong with the creator of Poppy Street. But that's just it, right? We tap everybody from like the regular community as well, and like that's really what it comes down to. And we're always hiring at Hickey too, so you know we've got more positions opening up as well. Because it takes a lot of people to build a giant virtual convention like this. Like a lot of people. I love how all the guns, they're all anthropomorphized. It's super cool. Did you know that at the corporate exhibitor world in VCAT5, there was a bunch of girls frontline avatars? I might have a couple on my account still. Let's see. Maybe. Maybe. I gotta dig. Most of them are avatar unavailable. Let's see. All my test avatars are gone. Oh, no. I still have the number 99 one. See? They're super dope. And really mean, but like super high quality, right? Like really high quality. Yeah, next VCAT is VCAT 2021. It's in 4 months. So you don't have to wait that long. Not that long at all, right? Like barely at all. I think my gun is it double gesture? Maybe it's double gesture. I forget how this one works. Ah, yes, you have to hold the trigger in grip to get this to come out. But Yeah. Yeah, extremely. Like very mega high quality. And these things usually end up being exclusives, right? We had them on our site just for the VCAT period, and that's it. You can still, I think you can still get them in a couple of places, but the wrist is spinning. It's probably my fault. How fast does it spin? So yeah, you too can be a badass with high quality PBR textures and coats. Like, it's nuts. Normal maps, the quality of game design, all that fun stuff. That's one of the stated goals, you know? Oh, absolutely. Um, One of the stated goals of VCAT in general is like to make sure that we have a avenue for commercial usage rights for other things like that, you know? There's a ton of free avatars at VCAT as well, right? And like, there's a lot of people who release open source stuff, which is wonderful, and that's great too. But there's a lot of companies, you know, people have to eat. So there's a lot of companies building things, and um, they want to have a way to, like, it's not so much to prevent model ripping because it kind of happens, you know, but they want to make sure that there's a way to DMCA people who do that kind of thing, but also like recognize the fact that people want to be their favorite character, right? So one of the things we like to do at VCAT is make sure that we work with companies that have um, assets that people like, you know, like Fantasy Star Online, and you know, even some Sega stuff, and you know, and stuff from Square Enix like Nier Automata and other franchises, and Arc System works with Guilty Gear Strive, and these guys have been really gracious to have models available in VCAT, and that's how you get a legal license. And you know what? It's a lot better than a game rip. You get the normal maps, you get the original material setup, you get the original model in like its game ready asset state and all the bones and all that cool stuff, and you get it set up for VR chat to begin with, so it's already ready to go for VR chat. But you get all the other things too. It's a lot more than a regular model. People will tell you that if you've ever got one from VCAT, you'll see. Sometimes they need a little bit of work to like get them maybe where you want them, like if you want them to be super optimized, but that's because, you know, again, it's a game asset. So but we do our best to get them ready to go, or like set up early for VR chat so that you can use them right away. But yeah, it is a lot of fun. But you know, we even had the Tachikoma from Ghost in the Shell, from the new Ghost in the Shell, SAC 20, what was it, 2235, the new one, on Netflix. So we had the Tachikoma from there, like the original mesh. It was super cool. You could also get Ulala from Space Channel 5. That was there too. We always have a call for volunteers and exhibitors. You can do streaming if that's what you're into. Whatever you're into, like it depends what you're into, right? Like how you volunteer depends on what you do, and the path to volunteering is depends on what you do. We had a bunch of exhibitors this time and people in the VCAT GT server. A good place to start is the VCAT GT server. So if you come to our server, we can point you in the right direction. But for example, we had a bunch of people from like a bunch of past exhibitors this time on the English side, and I sort of like cherry picked people who asked, you know, that they wanted to try beta testing, and that went so well that I think we'll expand it to just about everybody this time. So we had a sort of a closed list. We didn't want to overwhelm it, and it's hard to tie things down when you have a lot of people there. So we wanted to keep track of it. So I wanted to grab folks that I knew had the time and were dedicated enough to like be able to make tickets on get just not just people who wanted to see a preview, but I think I'll expand that list quite a lot this time based on the people I've met this year. And if you wanted, so for example, that's one way you could help out. You know, we do beta testing as we get closer and closer to the exhibit release period, and that especially if you have a Quest. So if you have an Oculus Quest, and you can do PC and Quest things, that's really useful. And so you know, I myself do a lot of Quest development, and the getting like seeing how things work out in Quest is really difficult, and not everybody can see everything. Some like it's that's tough. There's less users that are like there's a lot of Quest users. Like there's more Quest users than there are PC users, but there's less technically minded Quest users with PCs as well. So if you're one of those people, we will need you for beta testing for sure. So that's one good way you can get involved right away. Another way to get involved in general is like if you make a booth. So if you make a booth in VCAT, if you understand the process of making a booth in VCAT, and you've played around with VCAT tools and that sort of thing, and you've done the exhibitor process, whether it's VCAT Mall or whatever, that's another good way to get involved with VCAT, because we see you, right, as an exhibitor. Like, oh, you're an exhibitor, and like so you kind of get it. You know what's going on. You've seen the struggles. That's always good. If you're a streamer, that's always a great way to get involved in VCAT. Like, we're happy to have you. We have many great streamers that we work with all the time. Recently, I'm doing a armor collaboration for Samurai Do from Phazon Reeve in the Inichi world. They made this amazing booth, like amazing booth. Actually, you know what? I'll take you there while we talk about this. So Samurai Do, they were a really big sponsor this time, and we've done so far three armor dance events, quote unquote, for them. And what they're selling is this like incredible like armor setup based on real armor from two famous samurai generals in the Shogun era in Japan. And so these are scanned and like based on the real armor from the museum, which is the coolest thing ever. And it's right to the left as you enter Inichi. I'll show you as we get in here. I have to sneak past my other self. They say if you time travel and you see yourself, you'll cause a dimensional rift. The what actually happens is unexplainable. So, I got to make sure. Also, since we're here, VCAT menu. You just hold both triggers. Really easy. Hold both triggers on your controllers. And you get this menu. It's very VR chat-like. You can pick it up and carry it around, which is really cool. You can pin it to different parts of the screen. But most importantly, let's switch it to English for our global folks. And if you're having some frame rate issues, you can always turn off the post-processing, right? But anywho. So, there's also an English button as well. If you didn't find the VCAT menu. But yeah, see? Arc. But anywho, if you go to the left, run past 2B. Right here is the Samurai Do booth. These guys are great. But it's pretty wild. Like, they've done some great stuff. And we have another promo. So, like I said, if you're a streamer, we'd love to work with you, and we need people who are into, like, maybe live action roleplay, like to do improv, people who do dance. We have a whole group of people who are, like, VCAT dancers, and so we get them to be at various events, whether that's a club event or, sometimes we need them to film stuff for various partners of ours, which is kind of cool. It's pretty amazing. That's a bit of a secret. But yeah, so we get dancers to do cool, wicked-ass moves, and sometimes that gets filmed and put in really crazy places that you would never expect in Japan. Some of these things I can't even talk about. It's still NDA'd, so it's pretty wild. But yeah, they come from VR chat. We tap them from the community. Like, that's really the goal, right? We want to make sure that everybody has opportunities here, right? If you're into VR, this is still kind of niche, right? And if you're good enough to do stuff in VR right now, you're part of that niche insider community that is like building this metaverse, and we would just want things to succeed. It's not about our company succeeding, it's about VR succeeding in general, because then everybody wins, right? VR chat wins, we win, our platform wins, everything wins. All these creators making avatars and running Patreons. You look at people like Poyomi and Merlin and Shishi and everybody else who's done things inside VR chat, who gain followings and Patreons and that sort of thing. We need ways to give back to the community, and that's really what Virtual Market's all about, because it's made up of people. People think, oh, there's all these companies in here, right? Sony or Logitech or Samurai Do here, and you think, oh, it's funded by that, but it's built by us, us regular VR chatters. All of these booths get touched by members of Hickey who are all VR chatters as well. Like that's like a requirement. Your orientation period is go play VR chat. That's how it works over here. Oh yeah, absolutely. Body actors, are you kidding me? Look at what I'm looking at right now. Check this out. See this right here? Watch. See that? That was probably very familiar to you. Little ping pong ball mocap suit. Right? Mm-hmm. Neat, huh? Yeah, I would imagine so. I've done a few of those. But check it out. See this button here? So we don't just sell like just avatars and like other 3D assets. We also sell like other usable 3D assets, whether you're using them in VR for other 3D productions, like if you're into Unity or Unreal Engine or you're making a video game. Like, it's more than that. But check it out. This is that same animation you saw him doing. Pretty cool, huh? Mocapped. And you get that anim file. You get the FBX with the animation in it. Right? Isn't that cool? That comes with the model. And we have 2 sets of armor. Right? And it's only $60. Which is wild. When you think about how much it costs to make this stuff. Right? To do these crazy models with like all of their ridiculous normal maps and... like, the detail is insane on these. Right? I mean, probably. Most of our exhibitors don't list their, like, the commercial stuff, like these ones. Most of them don't list them forever. Some of them do. Like, some of our exhibitors stick around. Like, Arc System Works leaves all their stuff up. But that may not be forever. I don't know. I'd have to dig into the contracts of that, and I'd prefer not to. But sometimes it is. Sometimes it is a limited edition. Oftentimes the price is reduced at VCAT too. So, like, during VCAT, especially if a model's been shown before, and you can do that as an exhibitor as well, right? So, if you're a regular exhibitor, you can also do that. But, yeah, these limited edition models, that does happen. So we've had models in VCAT before, like the number 99 model that I showed you earlier at the Airsoft World. That one was limited to a sales period. I think it might still be listed in a couple of places because they've got a bunch of different partners, but that particular model was limited for VCAT for a short time. But I don't know about these ones. But these are great. They're great people. They were a wonderful sponsor. They like helped out a lot, and their booth is super crazy good, high quality. Like I've seen the files in Unity, and they're just amazing. And we actually worked with them to improve the weight painting and stuff. So the like what you get is not a full model. You get like the armor itself. Just the armor, and it's made for attaching to your own models. So if you check VCAT Channel's Twitch and earlier, you'll see that GT Team did a dance competition. We had pole dancers and break dancers, and we did like a modern samurai fusion show where we would we were sort of flash mobbing people as they came into public instances of Anichi, and we got into a samurai fight. It was super fun. But it turned out to be a breakdance battle. They're breakdance fighting. That's what happened. So it was pretty cool. And we're going to do it again. And that was with Whisper VR, speaking of influencers. And the next one is with TFM Johnny. Baby Johnny himself. YouTube star extraordinaire. We'll see what he does. He's an excellent role player, so I have high hopes. It'll be fun. Yeah, I'm glad you saw it. But did you see the Japanese one? An award-winning dance troupe from Japan. We have 4 events, 2 Japanese ones, 1 global team event so far, and a second one on the 24th, and at 5 p.m. Eastern. But the Japanese ones were incredible too. They did like a traditional sword dance, but with like transitions with umbrellas and stuff, where they would transition between their avatars and go invisible and come back again, and it was awesome. And they would really play off each other. Oh, nice. Yeah. That's exactly it, right? And if you want to see ours, like for a more like hip hop fusion style, that's also up. And we're doing it again, but you can come. So if you want to come along on the 24th at 5 p.m. Eastern, 4 a.m. JST. on the 24th of August. So 2 days. And we'll be right here in Anichi, in front of this booth. For funsies, what I did for this particular event is I took Kanetsugu and Takeda, and I took the female armor models, and I turned them into ghosts with flaming heads to kind of show off the model and how it looks. Really good for dancing in because, like, all the limbs are detached from the armor, right? But this is just the armor by itself, so you can just, like, see all the crazy detail that's in here. This one's unbaked, too, so, like, the real-time light does lots of, like, really nice shiny things along the edge of it. Isn't that crazy? Even the feathers, like, right down to the normal map. It's really cool. I'm not sure what you're referring to, Vko2. Oh, Vket6, you mean? O2? Me? Oh, yeah. No, it's a free download. Hi. So Vket6 1, Vket6 Plus, and Vket6 2 are free downloads on v-market.work, our e-commerce site. These models are designed to teach people how to model and to teach you Avatar 3.0 tricks and all that sort of thing, and they come with a lot of documentation. I highly recommend downloading Vket6 Plus because it's an easy to customize model and comes with some really cool systems. Ponpon-san from Global Team, is the person who created the model for Vket6 2, or Vket6 Plus, sorry. And that model is really good. Really, really good. And it comes with a bunch of stuff. It comes with some really cool systems, as a matter of fact. Actually, I can show you. Let me zip over here. But yes, you can get this model. It's free. Not with the yukata, but the full version with the cape. Hold on a second. Where's my Vket6 2 model? It's hiding around here somewhere. There we go. Vket6 Plus. All right. So this model here, Quest compatible, and it comes with a bunch of systems that you can just, like, use. So it comes with a full-on avatar controller and a different, obviously, gesture system. It goes along with it. Let me turn on my gestures. And it has transitions, right? So when you make, it's a little bit better than, like, your regular AV3 setup. They don't just snap in. They all, like, go back and forth between all the different expressions. Right? But most importantly, you get this really cool AV3 menu that has things like emoji packs, where you can make your own emojis. So if you've made a character and you wanted to have like your own emojis for it, you can do that. And the system's really easy to attach to your own avatar, like super easy. Yeah, it's great. But this one comes with a lot of other tricks too. So if you wanted to learn how to do stuff like, I don't know, what if you wanted to, let's see. I've got some tricks if I can find it. There we go. All right, so let's say you wanted to remove a hat. I mean, what's under the hat? Nobody knows. Yeah, Ustella is great. They make a lot of avatar accessories too. But this one's free. You can take this avatar and take it apart and see what you can do with it, right? Like, put different things under the hat. That's always fun. Or like, a tiny hat. You know. But yes, it's a free clonable avatar with lots and lots of party tricks. Oh yeah, but yeah, check it out. So if you've never done AV3 stuff before, that's why this was designed, right? We wanted to make sure that everyone knew how to do AV3 stuff. And, like, gestures and good facial animation and all of that, right? So that really was the goal, the stated goal behind Vket6 2. Get all that for free. Make angry faces. But yeah, Vket6 2 is also free. So the base model, I can actually show you that. Because I have it. I'm always uploading. I have way too many models, though. It takes a while to get through them all. Hold on. There we go. So here's the base model of Vket6 2. And this is also free. And you can find that on our website. With the dynamic bone setup and, you know, the magic cape. I customized this one for our exhibitor over here. Not that one, but this one. Over there. Where is Deca Gear? Around here somewhere. Anywho, we have Deca Gear this time. They are opening pre-orders for their headset. This headset. The Deca Gear. And you can get a free Deca move as well. That's super fun. The Yukata version is for here. I don't know what they're doing with that. If they release it, maybe. I don't know. But it's really easy to add a Yukata to Vket6. Like, we have there's a body in here, so you can do lots of cool stuff with it. Actually, as a matter of fact, I have a tutorial on how to attach things to your avatar, if you peek through that. I did it for Virtual Market 5, because we had a Mokuri-based world, and you could download the Mokuri model for free. And people wanted to know how to customize it, so I built a model talking about both Metakolebka, which was the Mokuri-themed world in Virtual Market 5, and how to add stuff to your Mokuri model. And so doing that kind of thing is really easy. And there's a lot of cool yukatas available on v-market.work. If we don't release this one, I don't know. I'm not sure. Sometimes we do, right? Sometimes we do. There's also, there's a Beams version of Vket6. You can also find, this Vket, you can also find Bath Time Vket6, if you know where to look in Core. There's a secret place. So if you found a spa in Core, you might find Bath Time Vket6. Hard to find. Sometimes there's Vket6s that are only available for a very short time that you can get, like with different color schemes and that sort of thing, that are only available during Vket, then we hide them again, right? So people get them favorited, and then that's the only time. We like to have, there has to be some level of exclusivity. Here's a good example. Toppin Vket6. From, Toppin, the company. We had a cafe in Vket 5. And in Comic Vket. Thanks for the follow. Arigato. Ikeruga. Thank you, thank you, thank you. But yeah, there's been lots of variants of Vket6 over the years. She has cosplayed many things. And if you follow along, you'll get to meet the real Vket6, because she hangs out with me, and we stream during Vket. And if you're a streamer, we'll stream with you. But mainly, I'm using my O2 avatar because this one has super crazy VRC lens, right? And I haven't bothered to set it up on my other avatar yet. I've had it for ages, but they just updated it again. So Hirabiki is a Vket exhibitor and has been for a while. They also made the swimming systems you see everywhere, right? That's a good success story there. Taiwanese developer. Does all their stuff in English and Japanese and Thai. So, all of it comes with really crazy good documentation. And they're really, really open to, suggestions, right? My hope is one day we have Game Vket6. as a model. Everybody loves it. And this little guy here, standing alone. We were not prepared for the Game Vket booth. So we were working on Inichi at Global Team with the rest of the Hiki and Virtual Market team. And when Standing Alone showed up in the world at the Game Vket booth, we lost it. Because we were not prepared. Because we've done a lot of really cool stuff. Yeah, we've done a lot of cool stuff with Standing Alone. So in Emission, during Game Vket, we have an arcade. And in the arcade, we have a racing game, a four-player racing game with Standing Alone, and it has like little standee controllers and like a first-person view, and you literally race around a track like in a city, and everyone can watch because you have these little like seats around the inside, and so it's like a little drone race, right? It's super fun. And standee follows you around inside Game Vket as well, right? They're essentially the UI. Standing Alone is the UI in Game Vket. Game Vket was really big this year. There's also a lot of like really cool developers that do stuff inside VR chat. Like you guys have, I'm sure, played Smash Contest by Beeranist. VR compatible card games. Yeah, it was really fun. It was fun to work on too. We streamed the heck out of it. And Vogan from Global Team worked on a bunch of systems for it too. And we did Club Emission, and we had we actually had a party at Emission for Game Vket where we got 8-Bit Cafe, and they streamed live from 8-Bit Cafe into Club Emission. That is still available. That stream is that VOD is still up on the Vket channel. You can go check it out. And lots of chip tunes and lots of really cool stuff. And we had a bunch of really, really great DJs from inside the VR chat community and people who are known outside. We had Protostar was there, who did the opening song for Rocket League. Super cool. And Miss Stabby was there, and a bunch of other amazing folks. So we always throw parties like during the events, right? Like event during the event. I still haven't finished my coffee. I'm still here. You've got me for a little bit longer because my coffee's not done yet. I like these streams because they're super chill. And, you know, it's always good to have more of it, more viewers. Like usually we get between 20 and 25 to 50. And, but there are days like today on our Sunday stream where you only get like 8 or 10, and that's okay because I can interact with all you guys. A little bit more intimately, you know? So one of the crazy things about some of these booths is like obviously they're you know, Vket, even though Vket gets more Western or international exhibitors than Japanese ones, a lot of the companies are obviously based in Japan, and it's really hard to do overseas business no matter where you are, right? And it takes a challenge. Like, so big companies like Logitech, it's not so bad, but for companies like this one, which is a grocery store in Japan that has been around for literally thousands of years, literally, it's crazy to think that they have like records going back that far. Like, there's like sake companies that have like been running in Japan since like there was written language, which is crazy. But this is a well-known like family restaurant slash grocery store slash like department store or just like general market in Japan. And this is like, you know, here's your like wood block paintings from, you know, from feudal era Japan, right? And the cool thing about these guys, and they did this at Vket5 as well, is they have a delivery service, right? And it was especially cool during COVID because, you know, not like nobody was leaving their houses, right? And everybody was ordering takeout. So the cool thing is you could go to Vket and pick a food, right? Let's say you wanted some soba or some ramen or, you know, something super delicious, and you'll notice they have prices on them. That's not for the 3D model. That is for the food itself. And they will come to your house and ship it. So you can order it through our website directly, like inside VR chat. And some minutes later, the food will show up at your door. You'll hear ping pong, and then someone will be there. So the best part about it is you can like actually see what it looks like, right, before you buy it. Right? Like this super tasty looking ice cream. Red bean ice cream. All that stuff. Or, you know, if it's a Friday or Saturday night and you want to party a little bit, you could just order an entire case of beer. I mean, hey, Japan. But unfortunately, you have to be in Japan for that. Because obviously, that would, I mean, I think the ice cream would melt. But like I said, it's the Vket of tasty foods. It's been wild. This whole Vket is just full of tasty foods. Ridiculous, like Korean hot pot, Japanese Korean fusion hot pot, some sukiyaki. Actually, yes, this is most definitely that. Oh no, maybe not. No, this is a looks like, I want to say like probably like either whitetail or salmon don. Yes, I should have read it first. But anyway, it's really cool. They deliver this stuff to you hot, which is amazing. I know, right? Kuja Market is all about the food, and like that's part of the gimmick, right? The food is the gimmick, so you have to eat the food, and then you get really hungry. At the very first day of VCAT, we were touring with Global Team, and my wife was there with us, and we ordered food, and she had finished cooking, and then it was really weird, but what we were doing is I would eat the food inside Kuja Market, and she'd shove something in my mouth when I wasn't paying attention. It was very, very immersive. Although a little bit weird, because when you're eating, like, you know, different food, and then you get the taste of something else entirely, it's kind of strange. This year, well, I mean, summer festivals are all about food, right? Like, if you go to a carnival, you know, here's a good example of one. I actually made this gimmick with a little bit of help, because it did mess up in the update. But there's a bunch of, like, different eatable foods in here. I made this one, too. So if you like takoyaki, so you can just like, you can literally put the toppings, you know, on each piece. So if you like Japanese mayo, because you got to have Japanese mayo, right? But if you were hanging out earlier, or if you've been to a mission, you've seen our good bar asset, which we're still like working to package up and document. So I apologize. We've been saying it's going to be out by Vket6, and it's been like we've been busy. Put it that way. And this was built using that system as well. So we have a really easy to use system for like attaching items to items and activating and deactivating things, changing colors, mixing colors, that sort of thing. Good bar asset is it's designed to be like an RP bar system, and we're going to release it for free on v-market.work so that everybody can have it. And that's how you make really cool stuff like this, right? Where it's just like fully interactable. You know, you can add Kato like to the top of it, and it just works. And anybody can do that. You just like mark what's a cup and what's a topping, and it just works. But you can also do things like, we have this cleaner system. So like over here, there's a trash can, and if you put it in the trash can, it cleans it up. And then it goes back to where it was. Did you guys find this secret pathway over here? Because you got to have like a secret pathway in the woods. Not many people know about this one. It's hiding around over here. Neat, huh? Yeah, a takoyaki stand. That's one of my favorites too. So I was really honored to be able to work on that one. I did the in here. I did the takoyaki stand and I did the shaved ice machine. For some reason, that's not working. I'll have to check and see why. But the shaved ice machine, the takoyaki stand, and the chocolate sprinkle banana system. Vogan did the Vket 2 AI system. And then, of course, everyone at Hickey and at Virtual Market worked on the world itself like crazy. I can't take any credit. The only reason why we can make all these cool little udon gimmicks is because everyone else, these amazing modelers and like artists and designers and, you know, art directors and production directors and all these people that come together to build these things. So we get to do the easy and fun stuff and make like little toys for people to play with. There's also some other systems here that were made by people like Hatsuka. I don't remember who made the taiko drum, but the taiko drum is super cool. This actually, I should show you that before I go. I was gonna end the stream here, but I gotta show you the taiko drum because that's another udon gimmick that people miss in here that is like super neat. Let's see. The cotton candy stall, you can pick up the cotton candy. You can't make the cotton candy, but now you've got me thinking about the next time we do a summer festival, Vket. But you know, we made the ice cream pickups. You can pick these up now. Pickups can be expensive. Did you guys try the yo-yo fishing? This is a fun one. There's a tiny little pickup over here, which is this little hook. And you have to like hook the, yeah, it's tough. Because the water distorts like where it actually is, just like in real life. There we go. And you have to actually lift it out, right? You can't just like... Once you've lifted it out, it resets. It sets up the ball, and then you can pick it up. See? But that's actually a really tricky thing to do. But it's a great little udon trick. That's the best part about Vket6. It's all SDK3, so you can do crazy stuff. And you can swing these around, you know? These yo-yo balls. Lily earlier was using them like poi. She had two, and she was swinging them in alternate directions. It's super fun. What a lot of people also don't know is that if you bring O2 around in here, you can hand her things. And they'll take them and carry them around for the whole time, like your bag of fish. Did you catch the turtle in the fishing game? All these little udon things. But over here, this taiko drum, it is it works okay in desktop, but you really need a controller or something. And you can use like, you know, you can use an Xbox controller and stuff. But the cool thing about this, yeah, me too. The cool thing about this is it is, let me turn up world sound so you can actually hear it. The music is going to be, I can actually turn the music down. Did you know that? So the music is loud, but if you want to hear the taiko drum without the music, inside the config, I can change that, right? Where did my config box go? It's around here somewhere. Hello, config. Come back. Did I leave it over there? Oh, I'm too close to the taiko drum. Hold on. There we go. So I can turn down the BGM separately, right? So I can leave the world sounds up, but turn the BGM down, which is important. Also, the fireworks are going off now, because I waited long enough. But here's the cool thing. This taiko drum, it's velocity-based sound. So let's move this one out of the way. Right? Pretty wild, huh? You have to, like, really hit it. Like, really hard. And you'll hear it. Neat, huh? It's pretty loud. But you have to hit it super hard for the sound. Yep. So if you're so the thing is you have to play with it for a little bit. So I think the way that the sounds are set up, they're not preloaded. But once you've been playing with it for a while, then the sounds are pre-buffered in your memory, so they load right away, right? So once you've been playing it for a while, it'll start to react right away. But you have to hit it like pretty darn hard for the sound to register, because it is like actually sound-based, right? Yeah. And it's velocity based on how loud it is. So pretty neat. Anywho, I hope you guys enjoyed all the fun stuff you could do at VCAT. There's a few more days left. It is the 22nd today, which means there is 6 left. Closing ceremony is the 28th in the evening in Japan, so the morning of the 28th everywhere else in North America. And we'll be streaming again tomorrow as we do. I think Lily will join us this time. I'm a half hour over, but that's okay. Because I'm still not done my coffee somehow. I've been talking this whole time. No, you're welcome. You're very, very welcome. So who should we raid? You guys see anybody who's streaming VCAT right now? Drag the 10 of you over there. Let's see. Who is streaming? I'm going to switch back over to my Be Right Back sign with the event promo loop while I set up a raid. And you guys can see all the cool stuff that's coming up. So there's two more things that we're doing as far as I know. Maybe more will happen. Usually, like, we do our own streams, right? But there's other things going on that are official, that are pre-planned. The big one, obviously, is like the armor event on the 24th. And then, of course, just before the last day, on the last weekend of VCAT, we're going to do Waifu Baby in concert live at Club of Mission again. And that is not to be missed. It is going to be awesome. We're testing a whole bunch of new technology there. So you'll see some stuff you've never seen before. I'm going to do that promo loop. I'll come right back, and then we'll raid somebody. If you have a suggestion, like, put it in the chat. We'll see who. But I'm going to dig through Twitch now and find out. Man, I still don't know who to raid. Oh man, Lolathon. Is Lolathon a VCAT? That'd be crazy. Also, thanks. You're welcome. No, they're not a VCAT. They're just scaring people. Any suggestions, guys? I have no idea. I'll raid myself. I was just streaming, yes. But I've been streaming for 2.5 hours, so I gotta take a break. And the community meetup's in an hour, and I never miss that. At least I try not to. I have missed it, but I don't intentionally miss it. Firefox Blue is a VCAT, huh? Let's find out. Let's see. Ooh, yes, they are. They're at VCAT Mall. Wouldn't that be cool? Let's see. I'm gonna be a little sneaky, see if they add me. If they know who I am. Do they know? Do they know? Maybe they don't know. But we're gonna rate them then. You guys ready? Good suggestion. Ah, there we go. I'm gonna send him a friend request. Let's see what happens. Let's see. Muzak. There is a lot of sound. Hold on. Let's see. Did we get that friend request back? Maybe. Maybe not. We're gonna rate him anyway, but... even if they don't friend us back. We'll see. I always like to jump in on them if I can. But if not, that's alright too. Okay, we gonna go. You know what? B-Lun, forget to open stream overlay. Stream manager, not there. Some YouTuber I am, right? Next time, I'll have it open first. Okay, ready? We're going. Everybody say hi, Lun sent me. You should friend him so that you can hang out. You're very welcome. You ready? You ready? Here we go, here we go. There's only 3 of us, but I waited a long time. I streamed forever. All right.